Kid Cosmic Season 1 came to an end with a grand inspirational finale, but sent us off with an enormous cliffhanger. In this video, I'll present you some ideas on how Kid Cosmic and the local hero's journey may continue, by taking a closer look at Erodius the Planet Killer, the 13 Stones of Power, the hero's next steps, and Papajis Past. Who is Erodius, the Planet Killer? So far, there are few things we know about him. He was the one who destroyed the alien species' home planets, turning them into dust, until only a single stone of each planet was left. Additionally, it is basically confirmed that he is a genuine threat, and not just a pretender like Chuck's leader. Even after the aliens regained their stones and collaborated to form an army of unimaginable power, he was apparently still powerful enough to kill all of them. How can a single being gain so much power? We witness with our own eyes how difficult it is to defeat a team of only 5 people carrying one of the 5 superpowers respectively, and the only way to stand a chance at all is to be equipped with the very same abilities. Setting this as a basic premise, wouldn't that imply that Erodius is able to use these powers too? But how is that possible? The stones were in possession of their original owners when they fought. Well, the aliens explained that the stones are remnants of their home planets, and their species gained their powers simply by being residents of these planets, suggesting that the planets radiated the magic powers that originated from inside of them in some way. So let's say Erodius killed the planets by consuming them, in other words, by absorbing the planet's life force and magic energy. Could that grant him the powers permanently? Going yet a step further, Queen Jeanne mentioned that 13 stones are needed to defeat Erodius, what indirectly hints at the possibility that Erodius has already consumed 13 planets in total and is therefore in possession of 13 superpowers. There's one thing that's still bothering me though. I've been asking myself what this guy's deal was. He explained he knew how to use the stones because he had an interest in history, but that still does not answer the question why he had 5 stones of power and why and to whom he was delivering them. Could he be working for Erodius and was supposed to bring him the stones? If so, why couldn't Erodius go get them on his own? Maybe he wasn't in a position to do it at that point in time. Queen Jeanne's exact words were that Erodius returned, suggesting that he had not been active in a long time. Conceivably, he was once defeated, lost his powers but somehow survived. After that, it took years to rebuild his former network, but right before the show started, he finally got a hold of the stones and planned on consuming them to regain the powers, which was crossed by the events of episode 1. In that case, Erodius may wield 8 of the 13 superpowers, with the 5 missing being those whose stones wound up on Earth. Anyway, it would be interesting to know if Erodius is a plain intergalactic bad guy that is only lusting for total control over the universe, or if there may be more to him. On one hand, he did erase entire civilizations, what is undeniably an utterly evil act and inexcusable. On the other hand, exactly because he didn't commit a minor crime, but went to such lengths, makes you wonder what drives an individual to go so far. I don't mean to say there may be an underlying good cause in his actions that is covered by his extremely poor execution, but he may be motivated by an actual philosophy, instead of turning out to be another delusional run-of-the-mill villain. Speaking of villains, the delivery alien is still being held captive on Earth, and since he has a family that he wants to see again someday, it's rather likely that he's going to let the cat out of the bag sooner or later in hopes to be released. Therefore, Sunglasses Guy may make a return in Season 2. He does not seem like the type of person that would try to forget about everything that happened, so I imagine he will keep track on the stone's movements. Even though he certainly was Season 1's antagonist, his motives were not 100% ill-natured. In that sense, his return to the show could be in the role of an ally in the fight against Erodius, although that alternative would not entirely erase the rivalry between him and the local heroes and could further complicate the situation. 13 stones are needed to face Erodius in battle, meaning there are 8 stones left the local heroes will have to look for starting now. Naturally, they will not be collecting only the stones though. Just like the first 5 stones, the others also belong to alien cultures. Instead of asking the aliens for their stones and adding further humans to the hero team, it is far more likely that the local heroes make new friends on their journeys to other planets who possess their planet's powers and end up joining the team. Possibly we have already gotten a glimpse of some species that could be joining. Sunglasses Guy revealed video material of several species that were captured on Earth. Given that these were quite a few in number, and apparently Earth isn't as cut off from the rest of the universe as we thought it was, there is a chance that groups of aliens who were attacked by Erodius set out to seek help from other species, but when they landed on Earth were taken prisoners instead. What are the other stone's powers? The first superpowers that were introduced are rather basic. That's not necessarily bad or uncreative, it's simply a fact that the powers that were chosen for this show aren't something entirely new that we've never seen before. Sticking to that pattern, other superpower classics that immediately come to mind when brainstorming are invisibility, super speed, super strength, shapeshifting, stretching, element bending, enhanced senses, and minor time manipulation. At the end of episode 10, the title Kid Cosmic and the Intergalactic Truck Stop was shown. This is probably going to be the title of Season 2's first episode. The title suggests that during the first episode, most Dino will be recognized by bypassing aliens as an intergalactic truck stop. Thus the heroes will make contact with lots of new characters. Presumably through conversing with them, the group can collect information on where exactly they are and where they can find other species that have stones. Besides that, I do think Queen Jeanne still has a few more pieces of information to reveal. Admittedly, at first I thought she died after using her last strength to teleport everyone to space, but she appeared to be completely fine some frames later. Not only has she had direct contact with Erodius several times and could at least provide some basic information on him, she's also the one who knows most about the remaining stones and where to find them. What happened in Papajis Past? Sunglasses Guy mentioned he looked into Papajis' file and was surprised by the amount of info he discovered. Additionally, he called George a survival specialist. At this point, we do not know if the government keeps a file on every single citizen or if a file on Papajis exists because he once worked for Sunglasses Guy's organization. Personally, I like the latter idea better, because firstly, it would explain why George wasn't freaked out when he first met Chuck, and secondly, it would make sense why he knows so much about technology and was even able to meddle with the extremely high-tech dog collars. The reason why Sunglasses Guy called him a master of survival is probably that he went on dangerous missions during his time at the organization. Should that indeed be the case, I bet Papajis also has some vital space secrets to share with the other heroes. For further updates on Kid Cosmic and other great cartoon content, subscribe to Frogtoons. See you next time.